Venas.
All right, we are live. I need to check my lineups right now.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, yeah, facts. Yo,
I gotta
I
make
got.
sure I don't have anybody in because I have not looked.
There's one. Oh shoot, yeah. There's one guy.
Not my
I have,
DK or anything. I mean my actual lineups. I need to check.
Yeah. There's one lineup I have. Kenny Galladay playing tonight.
True. I have Gibson in my home league, so
It's fair.
that's helpful. What's up,
I
Javon?
got
He's in here a
Gibson
bit
too, yeah.
early.
I got
Spicy
Gibson
hot.
in the
It's
listeners.
time. Facts. NFC least tonight. NFC East. I meant. Should I start Henderson or Rojo over Saquon? No, I don't think those are good enough options to pivot away from Saquon personally.
Henderson's close.
Yeah, I mean, I have Henderson. I can't remember exactly where I have him ranked this week, but I have him 22, I think.
I think I have Henderson one spot ahead of Saquon, so I would.
I wouldn't. I actually have him one spot behind. So he's the cutoff for me. If you don't have Miles Sanders, Chris Carson, DeAndre Swift, or Jonathan Taylor, that is the cutoff for me of who I would start over Saquon. If you have Henderson, Damian Harris, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Myles Gaskin, I would start Saquon over those guys.
Sorry, I'm just checking my fucking leagues right now.
JP hitting us with the smoke. Classic.
Classic.
Should I start both Locket and DK Metcalf or bench one? No, start them both. This is going to be a high scoring game. You can start them both comfortably. If you wanted to trade one of those guys away for Godwin or something, so you don't have to make that decision on a weekly basis or anything like that, then I wouldn't hate doing something like that though. Should I be starting Mclaren or DJ Moore this week? That's a close one for me because McLaurin's got a tough matchup against James Bradbury. I think I have DJ Moore one spot ahead. I do. So I would actually start DJ Moore, but it is really hard to sit Terry McLaurin. That's all I'm going to say.
I would as well. I'm quickly going to check my rankings to make sure they're all updated.
Yeah, I have McLaurin at 19 and DJ Moore at 18, and then Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Allen Robinson immediately ahead of those guys.
Fair enough. You want to hear how cheap I am at uni right now?
What?
So I had no food in my fridge. So I literally drove over to the university just so I could use my student card to buy food.
Did you put the thumbnail on or no?
Oh fuck, I made it. I forgot to put it on. My bad.
It's all good. I'm just gonna put the tags in the video real quick. Actually, no, I don't even care.
We had a thumbnail that just had Antonio Gibson on it, so I'm like, okay, screw it. It had red and blue background, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take that.
Yeah, that was the ADP battle stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, my bad. I got this too.
Oh, we're both doing something right now. Okay, let me get a question on the screen that I can talk about. Claypool, Ayuk, or LaVisca at the flex. Starting wide receivers are Stephon Diggs and AJ Brown. That is a good position to be in. I would say I would personally go with Claypool there. Ayuk, obviously, we have no idea what's going on with Brandon Ayuk right now. I have him at 35 or 36. I can't remember exactly which spot, but I have Claypool pretty significantly higher than him. I have Claypool at 24. So he's in every week starter territory for me. So I'd go with Chase Claypool there.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I would go with Claypool.
Let's go. What's up, guys? What's up, Leo? Damian Harris or Myles Gaskin, half PPR. I have Damian Harris a little bit higher than Gaskin, if I'm not mistaken. I think I have Damian Harris at 19.
I have Damian Harris at 19 right now. Actually, he's going to be 20. By the way, I have Saquon at 22 right now.
Yeah, I have Saquon at 17. So I have him a bit higher than you.
Yeah. Also, I got to adjust Terry McLaurin because I'm pretty sure I got to move him down.
Yeah, I had to move him down a fair amount. I think he was at 14 or something in ECR. I had to move him down a little bit.
He's at 17 right now, but I would start Evans, Johnson, T. Higgins, and DJ Moore over him. Probably Jamar Chase, so he's gonna be 22 for me.
Okay. Higgins over Kupp for flex spot PPR. I have Kupp at 16, I think, and Higgins at 20. So I would start Kupp.
Yeah, I have Kupp pretty high this week. I know I have him over Higgins, but I have Kupp at 14.
Yeah, so a lot of Saquon questions here. So on Saquon Barkley, I am willing to start him in this game. I think he's going to get 15 to 20 touches. He has a chance to be Saquon Barkley and break off a huge play. If you drafted Saquon Barkley and you can't handle the heat of him having a limited workload in the first play or early in the season, you probably shouldn't have drafted him in the first place. That's kind of the way I look at Saquon Barkley. I was always willing to take that risk because I trusted my ability to, squeak out some wins earlier in the season to make up for that. Because once Saquon gets back to his full workload, whether that's week 3, week 4, he's going to be, the stud that you drafted in the first round.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, I'm confident for the rest of the season, but if I don't have Saquon, again, I expect him to struggle tonight. I would be fielding offers to try and acquire Saquon after this Washington football team game, particularly if we do see the usage continue to go in the right direction. Again, I know you mentioned it in the start sit show, but basically he got the majority of the usage when he needed to. Obviously, when the game got out of hand, it wasn't necessarily the case, but he showed what we needed to see from a usage standpoint. It's just about getting his feet under him. He wasn't the greatest in terms of performance, but again, this is a guy first came back from his ACL injury. Did we really expect him to rush for 85 yards and a touchdown? Like, no, okay, he's going to have that struggle. I'm just glad he got rid of it now. So people still have that stigma on him that he's not fully recovered.
Yeah, and as I've talked about all offseason, this team needs to win games. They're not going to just ease Saquon in to the fullest extent. They eased him in the first half of the first game, and then once they needed him in the third quarter to help win that game, they put him in on every single snap. He played every single snap in the third quarter, of the first game. And then once the game got out of hand, they took him out again. So I have a feeling this is going to be like a 60-70% snap share Saquon in this game. And then week 3 in Atlanta, I think is who they play. That's 80% Saquon that we're used to seeing. So I that's kind of where I stand on him. We got Saquon or Elijah Mitchell. I would start Saquon Barkley there. I know Elijah Mitchell was the big waiver pickup. I would start Saquon Barkley.
I got them back to back, and again,
how high do you have Elijah Mitchell if you have them back to back?
I'm at 20 or 21.
I have him at 27.
Ooh, you're a little low on him, brother.
I mean, I was going to retire on him during the draft, so it's kind of weird that that's the position we're in. And
now he gets
Kyle Shanahan's going to pull a Kyle Shanahan this week.
I mean, or he could just look at the guy that's objectively the most similar to Raheem Mostert on his roster and say, here, you know what? You could take the Raheem Mostert role.
I guess, man. But
again, that's assuming rational coaching.
If Trey Sermon gets 16 carries in this game and Jermichael Hasty punches in both touchdowns, that won't shock me one bit.
But the thing is, I know Elijah Mitchell, even on 11, 12 carries, can still produce top 20.
More than Saquon Barkley?
I mean, against Washington football team?
I don't know. I'm going to take Saquon there pretty comfortably.
Fair.
Hunter Harris in my flex. I'm assuming that's not Najee Harris. It's Damian Harris, but I believe I have Kareem Hunt I have him 3 spots below Damian Harris. So I would go with Damian Harris there. Although I do think Kareem Hunt, if you can find a way to get him into your lineup, should be a great start this week against the Houston Texans. The only thing with the Kareem Hunt start is that they might be playing super ahead in that game, which lends itself to the run, which helps Kareem Hunt. But Nick Chubb is that guy, right? Like he's the salt the game away running back. So there's a good chance Chubb sees 22 carries in this game.
Nick Chubb's my RB4 this week for the record.
I have Nick Chubb as my RB2 this week.
Yeah. The only guys I have ahead of Chubb are McCaffrey, Kamara, and Cook.
Oh, sorry. I have him RB3, not RB2. I have Kamara and McCaffrey out of him. That's it, though.
Fair. Okay.
What are you guys wanting for Tyson Williams in Dynasty? If you can squeeze a second round pick out of somebody, then that's exactly what I would go for. But I'm assuming you're like a rebuilding team and you have Tyson Williams. If you can somehow squeeze a second rounder or Rondell Moore or something like that out of somebody, that's what I'm looking for.
Yep. You also know Javonte Williams over Saquon.
No, that's too cute to me.
I mean, both are gonna theoretically, if both are expected to have limited workloads, why not just go with the guy that we've seen do it for the last 3 years?
Yeah. So prayers up for Corey Van here. He's starting Danny Dimes today. I think he's my quarterback 32 or something on the week. If you have literally any other option available on your waiver wire, go pick up Heineke in this game. I would rather start Heineke in this game than Daniel Jones.
The only quarterback I have below Daniel Jones is Andy Dalton.
That's a starter, obviously, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I have him at 32. I have him dead last among starting quarterbacks.
You have Dalton 31?
I have Dalton 31, Jared Goff 30, Carson Wentz 29. I don't want to start
Goff at 30
in any circumstance this game.
You have Goff at 30, eh?
Yeah.
Where
do you have him? You have him higher than that?
I mean, I have him 26, so it's not like I'm acting like I'm crazy high on him.
I mean, I have Wentz and Carr ahead of him, so yeah.
Okay,
Tyler Boyd and Tony Pollard for Gronk. By the way, I don't want Boyd. I'm trying to get him out of my flex. So if you need a tight end upgrade, I don't
mind that, yeah.
I don't hate this trade, but I think you should. I would assume you should be able to get even maybe a little bit better of a tight end than what you're getting with Gronk.
Try to go for Fant.
Yeah, if you could go for Noah Fant, I think that'd be a good move. If you could potentially even get Logan Thomas, I think would kind of fit into that same Noah Fant tier. With Curtis Samuel in the lineup, I'm kind of fully bought into Logan Thomas as a top 8 tight end.
I would rather Higbee much over Logan Thomas.
I think the one thing that I think is really encouraging now, of course, it's probably going to change. Somebody's going to get injured or something like that. But Higbee, Fant, Gronk, Logan Thomas. I think they've kind of established themselves as like back-end tight end ones, and I actually kind of feel pretty good about those guys, which is not usually something I would say about back-end tight end ones.
It's so weird because it feels like this year, like the tight ends, the way we kind of drafted them is kind of how they've unfolded. Like usually,
it's been one game, to be fair.
No, I know, but like, is there really been like that big surprise yet? Because last year we saw Logan Thomas, Robert Tonyan. The year before we saw freaking what's his face, Darren Waller.
I didn't even mention Tonyan. He's also in that tier.
Yeah. So like in general, like I feel like even week one in, I know it's not a lot, but it's kind of been just the status quo of how we drafted them. And Tyler Higbee, for one thing, I will say, like he had his risk coming in, but man, he got legitimately all of the snaps. All the snaps, got five receptions, 68 yards, was looked at like a freaking truck in that game. I mean, he was the second highest targeted player in that game behind Cooper
He
Kupp.
ran more routes than Robert Woods and Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh, and Van Jefferson, did you know Van Jefferson ran 88% of the routes and Robert Woods ran
I saw that.
64%?
Yeah, I was looking at the utilization reports because they tweeted it. And I don't know what happened with Robert Woods again. I'm just kind of going to attribute that to a one-off, but it's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Mike Evans or AB? Give me Mike Evans. I talked about it, in the video. If you guys haven't watched the 2 videos that we just dropped, I dropped one at 6, wide receiver and tight end starts and sits. Danny dropped one at 7. Of course, we will try and get these out earlier in the week, but we had a hectic week this week. So ideally we'll have the quarterback one out, Thursday mornings and the wide receiver one out for like 2-3 o'clock instead of when we got them out today. But in that video, I talked about how Mike Evans is going up against, I don't even remember who it is, but
it's not Terrell, is it?
It's not Terrell. AJ Brown. Antonio Brown is set to be on AJ Terrell. Chris Godwin will have Isaiah Oliver, whoever their third corner is. If Fabian Moreau, I think is who it is. That's off the top of my head. Mike Evans is going to dummy that guy. And Mike Evans, if you guys look at his career splits versus the Falcons, he just historically performs against this team also. So Mike Evans, fire him up. He's in my top 12 this week. I think he's going to have a monster game, and I think Godwin's going to have a good game too. So first live stream since my Raiders won. Yeah, that was a hectic game. Bryan Edwards breakout season, potentially. I mean, Spicy Hot can come get him from me in our listener league because I did snipe him very hard during the draft on Bryan Edwards.
For the record, Mike Evans is slated on Fabian Moreau. The best matchup of the week, of course. Dude, guess who's slated to guard fucking Davante Adams?
I'd imagine it's probably like Melifonwu or something like that.
So listen, obviously they're not going to fucking chattel Davante Adams because it's fucking Davante Adams. But Melifonwu 22 snaps, Omani Oruwariye 16 snaps, and AJ Parker 10 snaps. And
he's gonna wipe the floor.
He's got legitimately over a 93 fucking advantage on every single one.
Yeah, that's stupid. Sup boys, LO, my lineup is good, but need to Ridley, Chase, Devontae Smith, Javonte Williams, and Elijah Mitchell. For me, that is the first two guys that you said there. I would start Calvin Ridley and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase ran the most routes of the Bengals wide receivers.
He had a 27% target share.
27% target share, 50% air yard share. Yeah. So I literally said in the video, I'm like, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth right now because I was dead wrong about Jamar Chase. Not like from a dynasty perspective. I knew he was going to be a stud long term, but I thought he might have gotten out to a slower start with T. Higgins kind of being the number one early in the season, but Jamar Chase wasted absolutely no time to show why he was a top 5 pick.
The thing is too, is like we can say that quote unquote against T. Higgins, but T. Higgins still had like a 21% target share too. So like,
yeah, exactly.
We know how the Bengals offense in terms of allocation targets going to work.
We might have been wrong about Joe Burrow too, because I was a little hesitant on the Bengals offense.
The only thing that is a little bit concerning, again, keep in mind that was the super tight schedule we talked about after the knee injury, is he only had 27 total passing attempts on the game, and they really legitimately were committed to the run. However, again, I think that's going to automatically adjust itself. I talked about it in the quarterbacks video, but like, I just don't assume them to be a low volume passing offense for the whole year. Once Joe Burrow actually gets his feet under him, literally, he's going to be back to his 35, 40 attempt per game type itself. And if that's happening, I mean, we could legitimately be talking about a league winning type of passing offense.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's speed through some of these questions here. Got Hines and Claypool for Shepard, Mitchell in a second. That is so in a dynasty league. Claypool is worth all of that so easily by himself.
Like, bro, you could put Hines on the other side.
Pardon?
You could put Hines on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Claypool is just such a much better asset than everything that you gave up there. I love how y'all chuckle about my fat dad problem facts. Cole Kmet or Kyle Pitts? Easily Kyle Pitts there. Yeah. Kyle Pitts is not – he's going to have a good game this week. I'm telling you right now as a Bucs fan,
Yeah.
We don't have a solution for him. Like Winfield, Javonte, like those guys are good in coverage, but they're not going to be able to defend Kyle Pitts.
Yep. Drop a like on the way in, boys. Appreciate that, Spicy Odd. He's got that big blue wrench beside his name for a reason. Follow Spicy Odd. Leave a like. Got my boy Peter out here ripping the Guelph. You going DT soon or what? Let me know in the fucking Snapchat group.
Facts.
Cook or Tunyon. They're like back to back for me.
I would take Tunyon pretty easily. I have Cook pretty high relative to where, he was being drafted. I think I have him at like 13 or something, or 14. But I have Tunyon at 10 or 11. So I'll take Robert Tunyon there. I think the Packers are going to put up a lot of points in that game.
I have Tunyon one spot higher. I have Tunyon at 10 and Cook at 11. But the reason why, I'm a lot higher on Cook is we saw what Rob Gronkowski was able to do to this Cowboys defense in terms of being able to dominate from the tight end position. And as high as I am on Trayvon Diggs, I don't necessarily think this is going to be a great Mike Williams game. So if that's the case,
Mike Williams isn't supposed to be on Trayvon Diggs.
Really?
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs is supposed to be on Jalen Guyton.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I mean, it's all in alignment, right? The way that PFF gets their data from, it's like Trayvon Diggs probably plays the side of the field or something like that, and that's where Guyton lines up.
However, though, he also played fully on Mike Evans, and I'm like, again,
did he actually shadow Mike Evans though?
He played on Mike Evans over 85% of the snaps.
Okay, so he did shadow him then.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then they're going to shadow Allen with him.
That is a recipe for disaster. I would like typically, again, like you got to assume rational coaching here, but if you're Dan Quinn and Trayvon Diggs is more of like a physical jump ball type of corner,
you should get him on the receiver,
put him on the boundary receiver, So again, like what I said all week, it could be completely wrong, but if I were Dan Quinn, Trayvon Diggs, you're on Mike Williams, Jordan Lewis, you're on Keenan Allen, and try to figure out
you got to bracket Keenan Allen if you got Trayvon Diggs on Williams. We got a super chat here. Obsessive Success says half PPR need to start one this week. Javonte Williams, Sterling Shepard with Ingram out, or Laviska Shenault. So I personally would go with Javonte Williams here.
Yeah.
I have Sterling Shepard like way down in my rankings. I think this was a blip on the radar, what we saw from Sterling Shepard last week. I don't think he's a terrible option or anything, but I have him like in like the 50s at wide receiver because this is a horrid matchup against Kendall Fuller, is who he's expected to see in coverage. And this Washington football team front has the biggest advantage of any defensive line on the slate this week because the Giants offensive line is horrid. So it's really between Javonte and Laviska for me, but I didn't really like what I saw to Laviska Shenault. He had a 4.0 average depth of target in the first game. Marvin Jones and DJ Chark commanded way more targets, ran more routes than him, two wide receiver sets. So I would take Javonte Williams there in a good matchup against the Jags.
And the one thing I'll quickly say too, again, it makes sense. I guess they were probably nervous about the rookie quarterback. They wanted an extension of the run game, but people were all complaining about, oh, James Robinson didn't have a lot of carries. They were legitimately using Laviska Shenault as the extension,
which is exactly what Urban Meyer did at Ohio State. J.K. Dobbins didn't get a whole lot of work. Yeah, exactly. And Paris Campbell too in 2018 with Haskins. J.K. Dobbins didn't get a whole lot of work in 2018. Nor did I think Mike Weber was the other running back there.
J.K. Dobbins, split with Mike Weber, who oddly enough ended up being a 7th-round pick for the Cowboys and ended up getting cut before training camp. Fun fact.
Yeah. Okay, let's rip through some of these questions here. Honestly, just want to start Mclaurin.
That's right. With Kenny.
I mean, like it was a toss-up decision anyway. I think he was the one who asked about DJ Moore versus Mclaurin. I don't hate going Mclaurin there. It's definitely probably the safer play from a targets perspective, but I just don't know how efficient McLaurin's going to be with Bradbury on him. They're going to move him around the formation because that's what they did last time. I think he had a 117-yard game against the Giants last year, and 36 of them only came against Bradbury, so they moved him around quite a bit. So that's one thing to get excited about with McLaurin, but this game could be, one of those like low-scoring slugfests, and I think the Panthers game, I think they're going to be able to do more damage on offense.
I'm going to say one thing. Guess what the over-under for this game is?
30. No. Is it in the 30s or is it 40.5 or something like
41.
that?
41.
Yeah, 40.5 is what it said when I checked it earlier today.
Yeah, so it went down. Yeah, I think this can be like a 13-10 type of game, but I'm actually starting Kenny Golladay in my one league simply because I just want to have something to look forward to tonight. It was my second flex. It was between Kenny Golladay, Laviska Shenault, and Mike Williams. And I'm like, fuck it. Like
I would have started Mike Williams.
I have Williams higher, but I'm like, I just want to watch some football.
Yeah, tonight. That's fair. I have Gibson in my home league, and I have Barkley in our Tone Setters league. So I got a lot to watch in this game. Alex says, do I start Shepard? No, you do not. Unless, I got to hear what your other options are, but I probably would sit Shepard for most other players that you're considering him over. Danny, come downtown tonight. Do
I
start Galladay? If your decision is between Galladay and Shepard, I would start Galladay.
Yeah.
2 Montgomery questions, 6-man PPR. Yes, I know I only have 6 guys. Don't ask. Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, or David Montgomery. Give me
Jefferson.
Give me Jefferson slightly there, but I also have Evans like really close to him.
I have Evans.
Both of those receivers over David Montgomery this week.
I have Evans high, but legitimately Justin Jefferson versus the Cardinals. Like I understand the Cardinals.
They held Julio
I get
and
that.
AJ Brown, which is a little give him some respect there.
I get that, but it's also the fact that the Titans' offensive line was completely obliterated by Chandler Jones.
So bad.
So like theoretically here, I'm trusting Brian O'Neill and. Actually,
it's not like the Vikings offensive line is
a
great unit, but it's definitely better than the Titans offensive line and pass protection at least.
And in terms of the second one, I would slightly Godwin or
I take Godwin.
Yeah,
it's PPR too. I'll take Godwin.
I would go Godwin, but I want to know who your RB2 is because I do have Montgomery pretty high.
I have high too, but I think Godwin's going to be have an absolute. And in PPR league, like Godwin's like going to get 10 targets a game.
I agree with Godwin, but I'm saying in terms of running back, he's my RB13. I want to know who your RB2 is. Then again, it's also a 10-man league, so you probably have a stacked RB2.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me Chase there, Rendon.
Yeah, they're both named Chase, but I'll take Jamar Chase there.
Yeah, Jamar. Sorry.
Yo, what's up? Would you guys trade CeeDee Lamb for Mixon or Swift?
You need a running back. I don't hate it.
If you need a running back, I don't mind trading for either of those guys. Again, with Mixon, I think he's a ticking time bomb right now. I kind of talked about it already, but he can't handle 33 touches a game. I know it's awesome volume. We love the volume, but if I have Mixon, I would rather trade him for a more durable running back that I know is getting maybe a little bit more preserved workload that is not going to get run into the ground.
You could probably get Zeke straight up for Mixon at this point.
Yeah, and I think I've seen Zeke handle a workload like that, so I think I'd rather have Zeke. But either way, I think if you needed a running back instead of a receiver, I don't really want to trade CeeDee Lamb right now because I think he's going to be phenomenal for as long as Gallup is out. He's going to be so good for the next couple weeks. But I think I don't mind making a trade like that if you need to. Barkley or Swift, give me Swift there. If you have an option like that, I'm okay pivoting off of Barkley.
Swift is my RB8 this week.
You have your RB8?
Yeah, dude. He had 11 targets.
I heard somebody say, I think it was on I can't remember what podcast it was on that I was listening to, but somebody said Swift isn't going to have a good game script this week. I'm like, do they not know how Swift is used? I'm like, this is exactly the type of game script that we want for Swift.
I mean,
not a lot of rushing attempts. It's like that's not what Swift is. Swift is the 2-minute drill back, the long down and distance back, and he caught 11. He had 11 targets last week.
He finished as the RB4 in half PPR last week on 11 carries. What are we doing here?
I don't know. People don't understand that Swift is quite literally one of the more game script running backs in fantasy. Outside of Kamara, McCaffrey, and Eckler, he might be the fourth most game script proof running back in fantasy.
But I was about to say straight up right now, if you had to pick one rest of the season, are you taking DeAndre Swift or Austin Eckler?
I would take Austin Eckler because I like the offense is better. So I'd take Austin Eckler, but it's a conversation. It's a conversation.
DeAndre Swift, I think is legitimately set in stone, a top 10 to 12 running back rest of the season.
Yeah, and I have him and Gibson and Javonte just waiting in the wings in my home league. You love to see it. Anyway, how good do you think the Saints defense will be with Lattimore out versus the Panthers? Starting Saints D and opponent has DJ Moore. I think the Saints defense is good because their front is good, their linebackers are good, and their secondary is good even without Lattimore. So I think, and their schedule is so good for a streaming defense the next 4 weeks or 4 or 5 games that they have. So I think your Saints defense should get some turn. This is still Sam Darnold we're talking about. I know he looked good last week, but it's still Sam Darnold.
Agreed. And sorry, I completely missed this, but at 7:55, appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't show up, but $1.99 super chat from Colin. He says half PPR pick 2, AB, Higgins, Mike Williams. I am going with the first 2 there, Colin.
Yeah, I highly doubt we're going to get to all these questions here. So we'll just try and get through as many as we possibly can, to be honest. But
just rip.
Yeah, okay. So Chase or Javonte, we give me Jamar Chase there.
Yep.
Like the stream, and if that's Chase Edmonds, because he did ask about Chase Edmonds earlier, give me Devontae Smith if that's Chase Edmonds. But Jamar Chase over Devontae Smith. Like the stream, absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, let me handle this. Hi, how do you think Calvin and Kyle are going to do against the Bucs defense? I think they're going to be just fine. Carlton will probably shadow Calvin Ridley. It's not expected to on PFF, but they used him in shadow coverage last year, so I'd expect them to do it. But I think either way, both of those guys should be very good this week because you can't run against the Bucs. So you got to pass. Also, I'm 1-0 to start the season. Mark Andrews disappointed. Good for me, though. Yeah, if you got a disappointing outing and you still went 1-0, and I had that, Adams had a bad game, Chase Claypool had a bad game. A couple of my guys didn't play that well, but because Brady did well and because Swift did well, I was able to squeak out a win. How you guys dealing with ETN being out? I won 200 that he's
James Robinson.
Oh, geez.
Hey, good for you, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, facts. Just sent Javonte and Hardman for A-Rob. So happy. Yeah, that's a very good trade. I like, as much as I love Javonte Williams, I give me Allen Robinson there for sure.
Yep.
Stop clicking it. I got it. Been trying my heart out to trade high on Henderson and AB for some guys who didn't do good week ones. Yeah, so exactly what Spicy Hot is doing, you guys should be doing as well. Take Daryl Henderson, take Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Antonio Brown, Deebo Samuel, package two of them together. Go out and get Najee Harris. Go out and get Zeke Elliott. Go out and get Aaron Jones. Some of the guys, Saquon, some of the guys that he's talking about. Would y'all do that
second deal though?
Henderson and Lamb for Gibson? I probably wouldn't, but it's so close because I think Gibson. You said Swift is a locked and loaded top 12 running back. Gibson's a locked and loaded top 5 running back. I think, like legitimately, maybe top 8.
Yeah, but Lamb might be like a locked and loaded top.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, for sure. It's tough, and like Henderson's workload looks pretty legit right now too. So I don't think I would do that. But if you could get Najee Harris for that, I probably would do it.
You do it. Wait, you do it for Najee Harris over Gibson?
Probably, yeah.
But you just said Gibson's a top, so you must think Najee's like a top.
Dude, I had Najee Harris RB7 before the season started.
So now where do you have him?
Probably in that same range, RB6, RB5, RB7, somewhere there like that.
I'd still take Lamb and Gibby.
I also had Saquon ahead of him, and right now I would probably take Najee Harris over Saquon.
Should I hit up Zeke Manager and do Helaire and Devonta Smith for Zeke? It's probably fair, yeah.
Yeah, I would make that trade, 100%.
Yeah. Other receivers are try to do with AB, yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Who should I start on the Giants side? Kenny Galladay and Saquon.
Yeah, I'm not starting anybody other than Kenny Galladay and Saquon. And even Galladay, I have him like wide receiver 38. Like he's not a guy I'm like super excited about either.
Yeah, I don't mind Logan Thomas at tight end in this game.
Yeah, Logan Thomas right now, I'm just gonna check where I have him. I have him as my tight end 6. Sorry, my tight end 7 behind Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, the usual suspects, and I have him one spot ahead of Fant, Tunyon, and Goddard.
I got a question for you. Hines or Elijah Mitchell in a full PPR this week? Hines versus the Rams, Mitchell versus the Eagles.
I take Elijah Mitchell, but it's pretty close.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, full PPR makes a pretty big difference. We didn't see Mitchell get involved too much in the passing game, so in a full PPR, Hines could definitely outscore him.
Justin, who are must plays in this game? The thing is, there are no true.
Gibson's the only one.
I was about to say, aside from Gibson, there are no true tied and tested like must starts.
I think given the nature of the tight end position, Logan Thomas is probably a must play too.
He's my tight end. I'm gonna raise him actually this week.
I think you got him too low, dude. He had the route participation he had last week, exactly what you wanted to see. He's playing that slot role that Curtis Samuel would have been playing if he was on the field. I have him a tight end 7, man. I think he belongs up in this. So you have him over every single week. Yeah, I do have him over Fant.
Interesting. I might have to do a little bet there.
I mean, I don't want to bet against Fant. I have Fant in my home league.
Who do you think Danny will do against? He's probably going to have like 150 total yards and like.
I think he's going to fumble like 3 times in this game, or like turn the ball over 3 times in this game, because like that front is going to beat the shit out of his offensive line. Yeah,
and in terms of this question, I actually have to check.
I have Barkley the highest.
Harris versus the Jets is close though.
Start 2. I have Barkley and Damian Harris like significantly higher than I have Josh Jacobs. I have Jacobs like 29 or something. I have him super low.
Yep, I agree with that. Okay, click the next one.
Julio or AB? Give me Julio Jones there. Julio's got a great matchup in this one. He has one of the highest matchup advantages of anybody on PFF right now, I believe. Drop Jonnu for Komet. I would rather have Komet, but I don't know if I want to drop Jonnu necessarily. Like if you have like a Nico Collins or something on the back of your bench that you'd rather drop than Jonnu Smith, but I would take Komet rest of season over Jonnu Smith because him and Hunter Henry split routes like virtually down the middle. And yes, Jonnu had a 14% target share in the first game, but Hunter Henry could easily come out and get the higher target share in this game, right? Like it's really kind of interchangeable, I think, between those two guys. Jonnu Smith is like the higher upside option. He's the guy I prefer out of the 2 Patriots tight ends, but I'll take Komet as the clear-cut starter of this team.
Yep, I agree. Also,
the underdog under parlay, Heineke 245.5. I'll take the under on that. Jones easily taking the under on that. Gibson 70.5 rushing. He's got a big play potential. That's a little sketchy, but I'd take the under, I suppose, on that. Saquon 49.5. I wouldn't take the under. All it takes Saquon is one play to break that.
I think he's going under. I'll actually
maybe you want to do a little Saquon bet this week.
Well, I'll actually show the one I made, but I've made two. But basically, I got Saquon under 48.5. Then I got Gibson to outproduce J.D. McKissic by 5 or more receiving yards.
All it takes Saquon is breaking off a 25-yard run, and he's going to get past that. That's all I'm saying.
Even if he does, he might not get past it.
I don't think that's the case. Like the Washington front's good, but I think Saquon's going to get out in space this game.
Also, what is this bet? Heineke versus Daniel Jones interceptions. I'll take Daniel Jones, but
easily Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Longest reception, you got De'Ami Brown at a 2 advantage to Darius Slayton. I'll take that any day. And then Kenny Golladay plus 13.5 receiving yards with Terry McLaurin. I'll take that. And then I got this one.
Golladay over McLaurin?
With a 13.5 yard threshold.
I think I'd take McLaurin still.
It's probably close, but I don't know. I'm trusting Bradbury.
Should I drop Sony Michel? I mean, depends who's available. I don't think he's a bad stash to have on the end of your bench, but if you got better options on the waiver wire, but if you're dropping him for like Mark Ingram, I think I'd rather have Sony Michel.
Yeah, and then quickly here I have Gibson over 91.5 total yards, De'Ami Brown over 32.5 receiving yards, Heineke under 1.5 touchdowns, Darius Slayton under 3.5 receptions, and then Sterling Shepard under 65.5 receiving yards. So
not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting Ayuk just because is on brand for Shanahan to be negative in Ayuk and then give him wide receiver 1 targets. Yeah, that'd be freaking hilarious if he was like a top 5 receiver this week in fantasy. Mike Evans is available for trade in my league. Okay, so you go get him. Got Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, Fuller, Javonte Smith on my bench with a Jefferson, Cooper, and Cup. Oh, Jesus, you got a good-ass wide receiver core. I would trade anybody that you mentioned there for Mike Evans, including Cooper Kupp, who you probably shouldn't need to trade for him. But I would trade Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, Will Fuller, Devontae Smith. If you can use one of those guys and go get Mike Evans, maybe even I'd even give him Deontay Johnson plus like a back end RB3 or something on your bench for Mike Evans if you can go ahead and do that. Honestly, like I think Mike Evans is absolutely worth any of those guys.
Yep, that's fair.
Need running back help, PPR, Eckler, James Robinson, Ingram, Latavius Murray. What do you need? Oh, any trade suggestions for a running back? Okay. Given your current team construction, it's a little sketchy because you don't have like a strong enough wide receiver core to go with like a hero RB type of build. I wouldn't mind going to get a PPR guy, which I'm assuming is
Hines.
If you can get Hines or James White or something like that to give yourself some stability. I would see if there's a James Robinson truther in your league, try and go pair James Robinson with somebody and see if you can get up to, I doubt you're going to be able to get to DeAndre Swift or something like that. But if you could get even, I'm trying to go to my running back rankings right now, Darrell Henderson, Damian Harris.
I wouldn't do that for Damian Harris.
Miles Sanders, maybe if you can get Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
if you can go James Robinson and a piece for Miles Sanders, maybe I would do something like that. But you're kind of in a little bit of a sketchy situation because if you had like a hero RB situation going, then I wouldn't even be minding like just sitting with what you have with Eckler, James Robinson, Ingram, Latavius, guys like that.
And the one thing I'll quickly say before we get into the next question, there are currently 94 of you concurrently watching this stream, and there's only 26 likes. So I want to see
big facts. We're trying to get to as many questions as we can, unfortunately. And fortunately for us, you guys have shown us a lot of support, so we appreciate that. But it's making it harder for us to get to all the questions. So please bear with us.
Phenomenal move, Brock. Phenomenal.
Yeah, great move. Oh yeah, he actually sent me this trade in the comments. And I told him it was a great move. Not related to the game, but who would you start in tight end premium, Fant or Gronk? Give me Fant in a tight end premium, especially. Like I would start him either way, but Fant is definitely going to get more targets than Gronk on a weekly basis because Gronk is the big play tight end, the touchdown or bust tight end that you're looking for. With Fant, I think he's got a higher target share. He showed the same target share, 21% target share in week 1. And Jerry Jeudy was playing for most of the game. So I think he has big-time target potential this season. Rank these players rest of season in PPR. Claypool, Ayuk, Devontae Smith, Mike Davis, and Sutton. So Claypool, to me, is the number one there. I'd probably go – it's probably a toss-up between – I still believe in Ayuk. Like, I'm not going to, like, throw Ayuk out the window. But because of the risk that he presents, I think I would still take Sutton and then Devontae Smith and then Ayuk. Even though I don't want to bury Ayuk that much after one game, but it is a little sketchy what we're hearing.
I would take Smith over Sutton pretty easily.
Really? I would. I probably would go Sutton over Smith just because of the Jeudy injury.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think Smith's the better
Mike
player.
Mike Davis is the distant fifth for me there. Though.
Yeah, Mike Davis can really piss off. I don't give a crap about that guy.
Yeah, he can pound sand. Edmonds, Elijah Mitchell, or Emmanuel Sanders, PPR flex. Mitchell. give me Elijah Mitchell there. Antonio Brown over DJ Moore. Now start DJ Moore over Antonio Brown.
Correct.
Give me Javonte there.
Javonte.
Obsessed with success. I think you already asked that in a super chat, though. Is this a fair trade? Trade Eckler for Najee in a non-PPR. I also have Herbert and Keenan Allen, so I don't want too many Chargers. Yeah, give me Najee straight up over Eckler anyway, in a non-PPR especially.
Yep. Agree there. Oh, Komet or Cook. Give me Jared Cook there. I really like the matchup, and Jared Cook was heavily involved in week 1. 8 targets, high target share. I mean, everything that I've been preaching all offseason about Jared Cook actually looked like it came to fruition.
You want to make that a bet? Because I have Komet at 13 and Cook at 14 this week.
I'll
I have
that right
really
now.
close. Yeah, I'll make that a bet with you because I really like Komet this week too against the Bungles. Like they don't have anybody that can cover Cole Komet.
Yeah, and who on the Cowboys going to cover Jared
Cook?
Oh,
no, exactly. Like, dude, they're both great starts this week. If either of those guys are available in your guys' leagues and you have Mike Gesicki or somebody that stinks, go out and get those guys off the waiver wire immediately. And listen to Javon as well. Hit the damn like button. Would you pick up Ayuk with the number 1 pickup off waivers? Absolutely. Yeah. If somebody dropped Brandon Ayuk, go and get him below every amount of fab that you have on the guy. Or pick up, use the number 1 waiver priority on him as well. Rank them for week 2. PPR, Julio Jones, Corey Davis, Robbie Anderson. So Julio Jones
that
is
order.
clearly the first one. And then I believe I do have Corey Davis slightly ahead of Robbie Anderson as well.
I have Corey Davis a mile ahead of Robbie Anderson. It's not even close.
Where do you have Corey Davis this week?
Corey Davis is in my top 25, bro.
Holy shit.
I get it's a tough matchup, but dude is legitimately an alpha wide receiver.
He's supposed to get shadowed by JC Jackson.
I genuinely don't care who's on him, man. He's looked the part.
I have him at 29, just behind
that's fair.
Smith, Jamar Chase. I have him right ahead of Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams, Jarvis Landry this week.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I have Julio Jones for the record at 20. Ooh, Julio or McLaurin.
This is an interesting question right here. Who would you take here this
Gibson.
week? You take Gibson over Mixon
this week? Or
this week? Rest of season, give me
Mixon,
Gibson, but I think I would take Mixon this week over Gibson.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought that meant rest of the season.
Yeah, TikTok Tushy, nice. Who's gonna win, Steelers or Raiders? Give me the Steelers there. I think the Raiders kind of played a little over their head. It was their first game opening a new stadium. I think they played a little ahead of the curve there. Of course, Spicy Hot takes the Raiders. Galladay in the rain. Yeah, it is supposed to be raining. Give me all the Gibson carries. He might get like 25 carries in this game.
I mean, that might be a little tiebreaker I can do to not start Galladay.
Yeah, dude, you shouldn't have been starting him over Mike Williams anyway, to be honest. So.
I mean, I might start Laviska Shenault over Mike Williams. I don't want to cheer for that
I wouldn't
guy.
do that. I wouldn't do that.
And a full PPR, I don't want to cheer for that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I already have Eckler on my team too. Do I really have to cheer for 2 Chargers?
I mean, they're gonna score points regardless.
I guess.
Pick 2, Harris, AB, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore. Assuming that is not Najee Harris, that is Damian Harris, I will take. That's close, man. Who would you take here? I think DJ Moore is a lock for me. He's one of them that I'm definitely not sitting there. But who would you take outside of the other guys? Jamar Chase, you'd take over Damian Harris?
Not close.
Really not close for you?
Not close.
I would take Jamar Chase as well, but it is pretty close for me with Damian Harris. If that's Najee, though, you start Najee over everybody. CD, AB, McLaurin, Claypool, Amari, Adams. Holy shit, dude. Pick 3 PPR. Give me Adams, Amari, and CD probably. Yeah. And then I somehow find a way to get Claypool or McLaurin in your lineup, I would hope. But
and Nikki, you're doing really well there with that team. I mean, kudos, because that's
geez. I'd make some trades. Trade some of these receivers away. Go get some running backs, tight ends, or a better quarterback. I don't know. You don't even need some of these guys.
That's crazy. I mean, I love it though. It's raining over there, Mike.
Raining over there in DC. Yep. Sup, guys? Happy to be here.
Appreciate that, Efren. Appreciate that.
Fuck, this game is gonna be so boring. I mean, I'm just expecting a nice tone-setting Antonio Gibson game.
Hey, this is why you bet Showdown, you bet parlays and shit like that.
By the way, if you guys are playing Showdown and you need a spend down, Adam Humphries has Darnay Holmes in the slot this game. Could catch like 6 or 7 passes if you're playing on DraftKings. Definitely a good money saver.
I was about to say my 2 favorite captain picks that are kind of contrarian: De'Ami Brown, Logan Thomas.
Oh, did they set up a contest? Because I haven't made my lineup.
Oh my god, it didn't say for me.
Okay, it's not the game hasn't started yet. You could still get it in, but I actually haven't even made a lineup yet. So
I was going to, and it said it didn't work, so I just fucking gave up on it.
Efren says Komet or Cook. we literally have a bet on this, so I will take Komet. Daniel will take Cook, but I mean, if you need a ceiling, I would say Cook is probably the play given the high scoring nature of that game. Yeah. Mike says, haha, it was interesting last year, so you never know.
That's fair.
Sure. Dan says pick.
We already that.
That is Damian Harris. So yeah, give me DJ Moore and Jamar Chase. Kareem Hunt or Javonte Williams. I'll take Kareem Hunt slightly.
Is there anything exciting to look forward to tonight? My bets.
Yeah,
And Gibson.
Antonio Gibson. That's the excitement. And Saquon also is very exciting for the
I would really pick Landry over T. Higgins week 2. OBJ's still not
No,
playing, so Landry.
I have Landry pretty high
go
in my
Higgins.
rankings. I have him at 32 right now, but I would still take T. Higgins pretty comfortably over him. I have T. Higgins at 20. So I have him like really high. Actually, sorry, I'm going to move Julio ahead of him. So I have him at 21.
That's actually fair. Let me see where I have Julio actually. I think I have Julio at 22. Yeah, I have T. Higgins at 19.
I'm gonna move Mclaren down one spot too, because I would start Julio over Mclaren too.
Yeah, dude. Loki Chase is gonna be 19 for me, I think.
Holy shit, you got him high, man.
I have T. Higgins at 22, 23. Actually.
I have Chase at 27.
Really?
Yeah, actually, no. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna move Woods down a little bit.
Hater. I'm kidding.
What's up?
Hey, Danny Ladd. What's up, TikTok Sushi? How you doing?
Facts. Javonte or Shep? Give me Javonte Williams there. A little off topic. What names do you guys think will be traded at the deadline? Offense players. Oh, like in the actual NFL. I mean, Melvin Gordon comes to mind.
Yeah,
definitely could be a guy that's traded at the deadline.
Like
I think OJ Howard on my Bucks could definitely be traded at the deadline, possibly.
I mean, like I don't even know who else off like my head.
Yeah, I'm not thinking.
I'm just thinking backup running backs.
Maybe backup quarterbacks too. Any backup quarterbacks could get traded.
That could be the case. I mean, send Andy Dalton for a 7th. I'm kidding.
Yeah, like I mean, if the Washington football team wanted to trade for Andy Dalton or something like that,
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Kenny Golladay or Juju. Give me Kenny Golladay there slightly.
Golladay. My bad. I did not
start the Giants defense. It's not a bad start. I think this should be a low scoring game. Could be some turnovers in this one.
Actually, I was in this dilemma in my home league. Who would you rather start this week? Giants defense or Packers defense?
Packers defense against the Lions. Giants
Monday
defense
night.
in this game. I would. Are the Giants on the road?
Yeah.
I would start the Packers because they're at home. That's a tiebreak. I think
that's who I ended up deciding. I had the Giants and I dropped them for the Packers.
Yeah.
Start Barkley ahead of Eli Mitchell and Edmonds. I actually have Eli Mitchell one spot higher. So
I would start Barkley. I can't do it. That's too cute for me.
That's fair.
Super chats are rolling.
Yes,
yes sir. Herbert or Cousins. If you guys do need
Herbert.
a question like answered immediately, I would suggest super chatting. Not to be that guy, but like we're not going to get through all these questions. Herbert or Cousins PPR. Herbert's going to catch more passes. Give me Herbert. No, but Herbert by far over Cousins this week. I have Herbert as my QB4.
I have Herbert. Sure. So you have Dak lower than Herbert this week.
No, I have Dak at 3.
I have Dak at 3 as well.
I have Dak at 3 and Herbert at 4. This game's gonna be a barn burner, man. I am not sitting either of the quarterbacks in this game.
I have Herbert at 6, so like I'm completely high.
I have Brady at 5, Russell Wilson at 6. I have Josh Allen at 8. Just
you have Lamar Jackson low then, eh?
I have Lamar at 9. And it's nothing against Lamar. There's just so many great options this week.
55 over under Sunday Night Football. There's no chance I'm starting
Lamar playing from behind. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. This guy put up 19 points despite not even having any success passing.
He's like literally would never be 9. It's just because of all the great options.
No, I get it. No, I'm just fucking.
Would you start Latavius Murray over Javonte Williams? No, absolutely not. I would start Javonte there for sure. Should I start Tracy Walker? Somebody's rostering. Tracy Walker, Bradbury at corner.
I have no clue.
Is Tracy Walker even on right now?
Is he on the Giants? I don't know.
No, he's not. I don't think, at least.
Panthers?
Let me check this right. I don't even know what team he's on right now. I'm guessing he's on the Giants if he's asking.
For
the Detroit Lions. No, I'm not starting Tracy Walker. Absolutely not. You start Bradbury. I don't play an IDP, but start Bradbury.
There's net locks. There's literally only Gibson. My 2 running backs for the Godwin. Oh, okay. So you're big chilling there, Jared.
Yeah. It's a 16 league, so.
Facts. Yeah, we got through a little bit late. Fancy friends. Hi, Peter North here.
He's actually dead right about that. We always play the Falcons close, no matter what and I think we're like 12-point favorites or something like stupid like that. So I actually would, an old adult film star, good looking honky here. I would agree with you that the Falcons spread is probably the play if you're going to bet on that game.
Is that Johnny Depp in the picture? Is that who that is?
Flet says, yeah, yeet. I'm going to try and just rip through as many of these as we can because like kickoffs like in 1 minute here.
White.
Yeah, give me James White. It's as much as it sucks. Give me James White.
Ridley.
Yep, keep going. I'll let you rip through him.
RB2. Give me Mitchell there.
Yeah.
And full PPR.
James Robinson highest. I'll take James Robinson slightly.
I'll bet you on that.
Huh?
I'll bet you on Mitchell versus Robinson.
All right, let's do it. Give me James Robinson over Eli Mitchell. Can't wait for fucking Kyle Shanahan to give him 8 carries this week.
Yeah, and he'll bust off a 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, like Melvin Gordon last week. But Ridley, yes.
Yep.
Washington football team to 500. Garrett and Jones suck. Yep.
I mean, I hope the Giants win because I know Washington's going to be more competitive.
Wide receivers
long-term.
Keenan and Godwin starting. Yeah, Alfredo, you get Ridley into your lineup over both Keenan and Godwin this week. I mean, actually, maybe Keenan's probably ranked higher for me this week over Ridley, but you need to start him regardless. Yeah. AO Flat, oh hey Spicy Facts, Robbie Anderson, or T. Higgins. Or Darnell Mooney in my flex. I easily T. Higgins there. Got anyone playing tonight? Flat. Gibson in my home. McLaurin one of my others. Facts. But to be a boring ass game. Give me Laviska Shenault there, Matt. Gonna steal more. Yeah, I mean, like I didn't even set the lineup, so you're not gonna steal any of my money.
Yeah, that's
I haven't
good.
eaten dinner yet. I'm starving.
Yeah, I agree with their Roth. We start in KG. Depends what your other options are. Javonte was my RB4 in that trade behind Swift. Oh, that's stacked. So Gainwell and Michelle. I like Gainwell. Michelle, whatever, had no role whatsoever. So
I think there was a report that came out that Michelle was like learning the playbook still. So maybe he's gonna have a bigger role going forward. I don't expect Henderson to get 94% of the snaps anymore.
Yep, I agree with that.
Which makes me sad for Cam Akers because that would have been him.
Give me JT over Montgomery there, Holden.
I have Montgomery higher.
Really? You want to bet on that?
I do. Huh?
Long term, rest of the season, or this week?
Oh, this week I have Montgomery higher.
Oh, okay. No, that he said.
Yeah, against Cincinnati.
He said that as a
Montgomery against the Bengals versus Taylor against the Rams. I'll take Montgomery.
Yeah. No, that's fair. He said it like rest of the season.
I thought it said Montgomery or JT.
No. Must start. Yeah, rest in peace, Mostert. Drop Tunyon for Komet. No, I would hold Tunyon there.
Yep.
All right, boys, better get some food. See you. Love you. See you. Love you, Javon.
Big facts.
I mean that they're both going to
give me Amari.
Well.
Amari has the better matchup this week. CD has who's their slot corner? Chris Harris Jr. in the slot. So I'll take Amari Cooper there.
Who's Amari have? Davis?
Yeah, probably
Davis.
If I had to imagine.
I would go with those first two there, Darrell.
I would start Gaskin over Chase Edmonds.
That's fair. Mitchell, Edmonds, choose one. I would go with Mitchell there, Luis.
I have Mitchell slightly higher.
Mitchell Sherman, give me Mitchell there, Diego. Theodore, need some advice. Got offered Tyson, Keenan Allen. I would keep Keenan Allen there, brother. I understand that your RB2 is weak now, but I generally don't view Tyson or Gaskin as the answers at that RB2 slot, and the drop off at wide receivers is too steep to go to Hollywood. If y'all want quick, listen to that. I mean, I'm actually.
There's actually a third way now that you can get access to our weekly rankings. I announced it in the video today. You can also get access to our weekly rankings by becoming either one of the Patreon tiers as well. So you can either buy the rankings for $20, sign up on Underdog Fantasy, or become a Patreon. You can get the rankings any one of those 3 ways.
Also, I see 107 of you in here right now, 109 of you in here. I want to see 109 likes on the stream. Let's get that number up. It's only at 48 right now.
We're going to rip through the rest of these questions because I have pork chops upstairs. I'm absolutely fucking starving, but need help for half PPR league. Hopkins runnings. It's offered Zeke for Hopkins. I would hold DeAndre there.
I would take Zeke.
Oh, wait, hold on. His running backs are Robinson and Williams.
Give me
Zeke. Yeah, give me Zeke. Sorry, I didn't actually read your running backs.
Even if, I'd still take Zeke.
I know you would, but if it was even his wide receivers, running backs were equal levels of strength, I would take Hopkins.
I might have to bet you on that.
My predictions for Barkley stat line, give me a 14 for 65 and a rushing touchdown, 3 catches on 5 targets for 10 yards or something.
No way he averages almost 5 per pop against Washington.
I think he's going to have a good game.
I'll go 14 for 46 and a touchdown, maybe.
I'm starting Zeke, Mixon, DJ Moore, Corey Davis. Should I flex James Robinson, Jacoby Myers, or Elijah Mitchell? Mitchell. It depends on the scoring format to me. If this was a PPR league, full PPR, I'd probably start Jacoby Myers. If not, I'm going to go with Elijah Mitchell there.
Yeah, I would go with Mitchell regardless there. Fanter Komet this week. Give me Noah Fant there, Michael.
Yep.
Starting Cook over Komet, but it's close. There you go. Mono's on my side, baby. Let's go. Javonte or Mitchell. Give me Mitchell there. I know you're probably going to go Javonte,
right? Yes, I would go slightly Javonte.
Yeah, I'll go Mitchell. Should I drop Gage or Pittman for Brian? Give me Patrick easily. I take Edwards and Patrick over Gage and Pittman easily.
Yeah, I would as well.
Only reason Thursday games are still around. Yeah, I agree with that. Stack the wide receiver, trying to trade Julio for a running back. Thoughts on who would be good value to? If you get Julio and add a piece and try to go for an Aaron Jones, I wouldn't mind doing something like that.
Yeah. If you could take Julio and yeah, somebody go after Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Antonio Gibson, DeAndre Swift, one of those guys.
I need to know your other options there,
I
Alex,
mean,
because
it's
he's
game already started, so.
Oh, okay. He's my wide receiver 22 for the record. Well, with Mclaren, yeah, I would too, but him versus Davis is close. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I should have seen that question earlier, Alex. I was scrolling through to look if anybody had last minute questions.
Trade. He's got so much going on. I don't think he gets traded just yet. Last minute trade. Gibson. I give DK Waller.
I take the Gibson side.
Yeah, it's close though.
I think Gibson over DK for me, and Kittle and Waller, like, they make up the difference probably between that trade. I mean, it's close. If you needed a running back for sure, I definitely don't mind making that trade.
Robbie, Boyd, or Aguilar this week, PPR. I will go with Robbie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me Robbie Anderson there.
Who do I start? Heineke, Jimmy G, or Sam Darnold?
Darnold.
Yeah. You won't get this, no, but yeah, that's disgusting. Saquon or no? It depends what your other options are. They're right. It's probably too late now, but
sorry.
Oh geez, we have to listen. Yeah, facts.
Always.
He said it again. No, Saquon.
Yeah.
What do I do with Aaron Jones this week? Fail? Yeah, he's a top 5 running back this week. And if he fails, then you still hold because he's going to figure it out because he's Aaron frickin' Jones.
Yeah. All right. Rapid fire. Last one's here. Thank you for your help. Good luck.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. Yes, Saquon or Javonte. Give me Saquon Barkley there. Yep. Obviously, it's a little. I mean, he asked this after 8:20, so I don't know what he wanted us to do there. I traded Corey Davis and Saquon for Davante Adams and Gaskin.
Pretty fair.
A pretty fair trade overall. I think I would take the Corey Davis and Saquon side though. If it's all going to depend on your risk tolerance. If you're scared about Saquon, I understand the move.
Yeah, I agree with that. But if it's full PPR, I think it's like probably dead even.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you
trade Murray?
Yes.
Running back for Smith, wide receiver. Oh yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, give me that Devontae Smith side for sure. They said Saquon earlier. Full PPR. Start Kareem Hunt or Aaron Jones. Easily Aaron Jones. Not even close. Claypool or Higgins. Half PPR. Give me Higgins slightly there.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it. Bye, guys. Great stream. Appreciate that. Now that you find game on screen variety today. Yep. Nice stream link there. Until next time, good luck. Yep. Appreciate it. True. I'm watching there already. 12-team league. My QB1 is Josh Allen. I'm thinking of dropping Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Drop Trevor Lawrence for Terrace Marshall. 100%. Yep. JP has 2 dabs for sure. Thank you. Y'all flew through those. See y'all Sunday. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
See you Sunday morning.
We'll be heading out of here. See you Sunday morning. Make sure you guys tune into the 2 videos that we just dropped right before we went live here. So go check those out once the game's done or at halftime or during the game, maybe. So peace out, guys. Take care.